What's good, family? Welcome to this Wednesday. You are now tuned into the I Am Courtney Michelle show. Of course, I am Courtney Michelle. So I hope everyone is doing great. I am excited to talk about what you guys see in the thumbnail and see the title. Ah, man. So I don't want this to be very long. I just had this on my heart um, to talk about. And I am planning to do maybe kind of like a series. I would love to get feedback from a lot of people, um, particularly women, different shades of Blackness. Maybe do a panel. So I am looking forward to maybe doing that. So, you guys, if you feel like being on a panel, hit me up. But this is just to start it off to kind of talk about what I see, and so let's get in it. So, again, while y'all are popping in, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. And so, yeah, maybe I'll say a week ago, I posted um, in the community tab, I posted just a regular meme that said, Dear Black men, I love you, I respect you, I value you. And, you know, that was it. The feedback that I got, I was completely overwhelmed with. Some of the feedback was from Black men that said they never hear that, particularly from a Black woman, which again, I'm surprised. Which I guess being in this space, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Then I was getting a lot of feedback from Black women. Of course, the mammy thing came up and you trying too hard, girl, but I think one of the comments that I was getting, and have been start getting that in my comment section, was, well, like you said, Courtney, it's easy for you to appreciate Black men because you're their preferred type. And I was like, preferred type? Well, I mean, I'm a Black woman like you. And so, being in the space, I'm thinking that, Black men are having an issue with Black women and it's Black women, us in a whole. And they were like, no, no, you can get away with a lot of stuff because of your complexion. You're their preferred type because you're not dark skinned. I never thought about that. I never thought about, well, I knew colorism is prevalent. I know it's real. I know that my experience as a Black woman is going to differ from a woman that is a lot darker than me. I know my experience is going to be different from women lighter than me. However, I didn't think about it in this space. I was very, very naive to think that in this space where we're talking about Black relationships, that it goes down even further when we're talking about Black relationships, but even Black relationships within dark skinned women and the contingency of the skin color that you have, of how deep or how fractured that relationship is. So I wanted to talk about that. I've been doing a lot, I do my research here and there, and I pull up a lot of stuff. And so I kind of want to go into that. I am going to be taking a few calls. Again, I don't want to keep you guys long. I know sometimes we go 4 hours. It's storming here, people. So y'all stay in the country. So y'all have to bear with me. But let's talk about that. So the post that I did, right? I didn't think too much about my post. My post, again, I love you, Black man. I value you. I love you, all that. Da, da, da. Well, maybe a couple years ago, someone did a post about that to Black women. Let me pull it up. And if you guys can see it, Dear Black girl, you don't have to be mixed to be beautiful. Now, for me, I was like, well, thank you. Again, I'm, as a Black woman, not thinking anything of it, not thinking that this would be something negative. Then it goes on, your African features are all you need for attractiveness. Never tell yourself or let anyone tell you that in order to be attractive, you must be mixed. I agree. Again, I didn't see anything wrong with it. And then here goes Gilbert Arenas. Y'all remember this? It was on the Shade Room, but he went in to say, how black are we talking? Not to be funny, can you name a beautiful black woman on the outside, not brown skin? Like Tyrese, top 50 most beautiful women of all time. The darkest women they have is Keisha Knight Pulliam, which is Rudy, Gabrielle Union, Terrell Hicks, Serena Williams. When you say African features black, then you have Lupita Nyong'o. Lord, y'all know I done messed up her name. And she's cute when the lights are off. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, ew. So the beautiful black woman you try to boast up is technically light skin or brown skin. That is a black man that is questioning a simple a simple meme that wanted to shout out black women, that you don't have to look ambiguous. Your black is beautiful. Your nose, your lips, your melanin is beautiful. And we have a almost kind of dark-skinned black man saying, no, you're not. Your African features are not beautiful. When I saw that, I did it was cringy for me. But I could only imagine how it felt to be a dark-skinned black woman to read that. That your skin, even though you cannot help it, is not deemed beautiful. Again, you know, my lived experience as a black woman is going to be different than that of a lived experience of a darker skinned woman. However, I think it's very naive and silly to think that they don't have an experience, to think that light skin privilege, as well as pretty privilege, doesn't exist. I remember back, of course, watching hip hop videos and all the ambiguous, beautiful women, of course. Very hard to see someone dark skinned. But of course, that's hip hop. And then, of course, different songs, Trey songs, he wants a foreign. Of course, it's songs, R&B songs, all these light-skinned ambiguous women. Never would you see a dark-skinned woman. Then I got in this space. And in this space on YouTube, adjacent to the black manosphere, I saw it creeping. I saw the comments of black men saying, yeah, you baby mama, yeah, sure, but you a little red bone, so I can deal with you. Yeah, you might be all right. I like your skin tone. You're not that dark. In this space. In this space where we talk about black women, how we have these standards, how we want all this, hypergamy, 6 figures, 6 foot, 6-pack, how we want all these. And of course, we call it a preference. But then we talk about dark-skinned black women in this space. We talk about black women in general. Of course, the negative connotations of us is that we're loud. What Fresh and Fit, we're ratchet, we're annoying. What else do they call us? We're angry, the angry black woman, right? That trope that they put us under. I started thinking about those adjectives, those negative adjectives that they give us as black women. And then I started to think that I don't think they give it to black women. I think those adjectives are specifically geared towards dark-skinned black women. I think it's the dark-skinned black women that get called angry. I think it's the dark-skinned black women that get called wretched and ghetto. I think the complexion has to do, and it's very parallel to the negative connotations that we give to black women. There was a show that was on that I just happened to peep, and I'm going to show it. And again, this is in the black manosphere. and Sky was talking to dark-skinned woman. Let's peep it.
Get behind. I think that a man has a right to have preference. Now, yeah, granted, I question some of these guys' preferences, but I'm not for myself.
Well, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. The preference in America is constructed, and it's dysfunctional. So when we keep talking about this whole thing about preference, yes, everybody has a right to have their own preference, but we need to acknowledge that it is constructed and created by American beauty standards, which is rooted and grounded in racism. And that's the problem that I'm having. That's where darkness comes in. That's where colorism comes in.
Okay, I don't disagree with the truth in that. Knowing that that exists, wouldn't it be, prudent of every woman, every dark-skinned woman, to present herself in the best possible light at all times, publicly and privately, in order to counter that narrative?
But why can't that be the same be said about light skinned women? That's the darkest as well. Why is the onus always put on the darker skinned woman to change
because it's their
in a certain way and to improve? Again, y'all are upholding light skinned women as if they are perfect and they
I'm not. I am
are.
No, this is not saying that light skinned women are perfect. What I'm saying is that dark skinned women have a bad reputation. Okay, let's put it out there.
How did dark skinned women get a bad dark skinned women got a bad reputation because we're dark skinned. That's the darkism.
Listen, I'm saying it
but
now.
Again, see now I'm trying my best to not get upset, but I'm an emotional person.
Yeah, I know, but
you've given these light skinned women a pass.
That's not
these ghetto hood, ugly, bad attitude, bad skin, bad body bitches, immoral bitches, weed smoking, drinking bitches. Fuck them. You're giving them a pass. Acting like they're all so good. They're not.
Hold on, I do not give them a pass.
Bullshit.
No, a ratchet bitch is a ratchet bitch. I do not give a pass based on skin color.
You are giving a pass.
This is that. You're not listening. You're not listening. This is what
they're not perfect.
No, I'm not saying they are. Listen to me. I'm saying that the reputation and image exists. I'm gonna give an example. The first negative image of dark-skinned black woman that I seen was Hattie McDaniels and Gone with the Wind, and just that whole mammy trope. They even had it on an old-timey cartoon called Tom and Jerry. That overweight, belligerent, loud, obnoxious, dark-skinned black woman trope has existed for over 100 years now, since the 1920s. So it's now the 2020s, and so it has existed for a long time. Now, what I'm saying is, it seems like the best counter, and you are working on this. The best counter to that narrative, because you can't change the past, and you can't really change Hollywood like that. The best counter to that would be to be the exact opposite, which is the absolute opposite of Mammy is a slim chick who has a nice disposition. That would be the absolute opposite. See, I like to consider myself to be the opposite of certain negative black stereotypes.
I'll stop it there. So again, it's not necessarily that all black women are fighting this angry stereotype of a black woman, the angry black woman, the wretched black woman. It's the darker skinned black women that are having it the worst. Let's call it a spade a spade. I've never heard anyone come to me and tell me that I'm pretty for a brown skinned girl. But I know a lot of my dark skinned friends, relatives, my cousins that have. In this video, I thought it was interesting that the narrative was still pushed by us as Black folks. It wasn't, the reason why dark-skinned women have this negative connotation just because of their skin tone. It's, yeah, you have it. So just be nice so you can change it. Yeah, I believe it because I saw it in a movie. I saw Hattie McDaniels in a movie play a dark-skinned woman. She wasn't even angry. She was big, a mammy, but just angry at an actress. And it's Black people that are perpetuating these stereotypes of ourselves. So we can't blame it on white folks. Not this time. We can't blame it on the white supremacy and the white man keeping us down and putting these stereotypes to separate us. Because at this point right now, when we're talking about colorism, when we talk about dark-skinned women, when we talk about Black women in general and the stereotypes, we are putting it on ourselves. It is us that are perpetuating these stereotypes. I find it disgusting. As much as I ride for my Black man, I ride for my Black woman. And to know that these stereotypes exist within our community, within our small space of YouTube, where for me, trying to be at least the missing link and trying to get us back together, but damn, we gotta, again, these band-aids, I swear it's a scab that we have to unfold. And for us, again, for healing, we have to point out the negative stereotypes that we as Black folks put on not only Black women, but specifically our dark-skinned Black women. So that was one of the content creators in this space. But let's just hear another Black man.
Dark-skinned women get the same attention as a light-skinned
Nah.
Black.
It's the way how they treat you, man, and how they put you in that attitude. You don't need that. Black woman, like I said, she will fucking fuck your head up. She'll piss you off. Light-skinned woman, she'll talk about it, try to come, but you looking at her like, you know what? I'm gonna rock with her and shit. She make me feel like I'm somebody. I'm gonna make her feel like somebody.
Now, do you feel that a dark-skinned woman have that insecurity because how you feel, and a lot of Black men feel that same way?
They have a whole lot of insecurity about themselves and shit. Light-skinned woman, it's all good. They love. They gonna get that. But Black women, sometimes your attitude's gotta go down.
So I'm saying, but
because a Black brother's not gonna be feeling that at all.
That man just pulled a random Black man out the street talking about what you feel about Black women. The same negative connotations of dark-skinned Black women. So it's a thing. And it's a thing that we do have to not only talk about, but figure out how we can look at ourselves as individuals, look at ourselves for our character, look at ourselves if we're, helping or we're loving each other, instead of looking at me as a particular shade of Black and thinking that because I look this way, then I automatically must act this way. That's further from the truth. So, Fresh and Fit had a whole lot of slack, of course. People still talking about it. I guess, hell, I'm still talking about it tonight as well, too. But Jessica X did this live a week and a half ago about Asian Doll and the interesting tweets that also came up about her. Now, within this Fresh and Fit, I want to be very, very clear. The pushback that they got had nothing to do with Asian Doll, had nothing to do with her getting kicked out. I think a lot of people that are not familiar with Fresh and Fit maybe was like, oh my God, he's kicking women out. Those who are, which is us in the chat, we already know that's what they do. So I'm not surprised, nor was I shocked. The shocking part was hearing the old comments that they made about Black women. That was the shocking part. And the reason why Asian Doll didn't get any slack, because of quite frankly, I didn't know anything about the older tweets that she had until now. I'm going to bring it up, but again, for dark-skinned women, it's not the negative connotation that the world gives them, that some of our men give them. It's some of us, women, that are not as dark, give them as well too. So Asian doll, these old tweets that came out, this is, I guess, 2014, a dark skin equals a black ass bitch. Not all light skinned girls posting Black Lives Matter. Like you hoes, not racist, to y'all bullied dark skinned girls all of our lives, thinking y'all was better than us. Talked about our skin color, called us monkeys, you hoes fraud. Oh, school people. But keep spreading fake love. You'll never understand us. Light skinned women ways are evil, jealous of dark skinned girls when white folks, but that's a different racist topic. Do blacker, darker skinned women feel it towards light skinned women? I think so. I think they do. Just like I think there's pretty privilege. When a woman is pretty, she knows that she can get away with certain things. In this atmosphere that we're in, where light-skinned women are put on a pedestal, do dark-skinned women feel that? I think they do. Her tweets go on. See, it's a difference between brown skin and dark skin. Brown skin girls pretty. Don't nobody want no African ass dark skin bitch. Even though these were 2013, 2014 tweets, do we still, dark skinned women still feel this way? This is a thing that has been happening for a long time. From the paper bag, matching to see if you're able to get in particular organizations, particular schools, depending on your color, the shade of black, of course. Does this still happen today? Of course. Do light-skinned women get a privilege because of their skin color? Of course.